Hello everyone, let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever watched an English movie and understood almost nothing? Or listened to native speakers and thought, they're speaking too fast, I'll never understand them? If your answer is yes, don't worry. Almost every English learner goes through this stage. The good news is that there is one habit that can completely change your English. That habit is listening. Today, I'm going to explain why listening is one of the most powerful ways to improve your English and how just a few minutes of listening every day can make speaking English much easier. So let's begin. Imagine a baby learning to speak. A baby doesn't open a grammar book. A baby doesn't memorize vocabulary lists. A baby doesn't learn tenses. The baby simply listens. Day after day, the baby hears the same words from parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, and friends. At first, the baby doesn't understand anything, but slowly the brain starts recognizing sounds, then words, then short sentences, and one day, the baby starts speaking. Now think about your own English learning journey. Many students spend years studying grammar, but still hesitate when they have to speak. Why? Because they have learned English with their eyes, not with their ears. Language is first heard and then spoken. Listening comes before speaking. If you want to speak naturally, you first need to hear natural English. Many students believe they must understand every single word. That is one of the biggest mistakes. Imagine you're watching a football match. You don't need to see every blade of grass to understand who is winning. You simply follow the game. Listening works the same way. Don't chase every word. Follow the main idea. For example, imagine someone says, "Yesterday I missed my bus, so I was late for work." Maybe you don't know the word missed, but you know bus, you know late, you know work. Your brain connects the information and understands what probably happened. This is exactly how real language learning works. Your brain is much smarter than you think. Give it enough listening practice, and it will naturally start filling in the missing pieces. Another reason listening is so important is because it teaches you real English. Textbooks usually teach perfect English, but real people don't always speak that way. Instead of saying, "How are you today?" people often say, "How's it going?" Instead of saying, "I am going to," people usually say, "I'm gonna," instead of "give me." You often hear "gimme." If you only study grammar books, these expressions will surprise you, but if you listen every day, they become normal. That's why listening prepares you for real conversations. Let's talk about vocabulary. Many students spend hours memorizing hundreds of words. A week later, they forget most of them. Why? Because isolated words are difficult to remember, but words become unforgettable when you hear them inside a story. Imagine you hear, "I've been working all day. I'm absolutely exhausted." Even if you've never heard the word exhausted, you can probably guess that it means very tired. Now your brain connects the word with a real situation. The next time you hear it, you'll remember it much more easily. That's how vocabulary grows naturally, without forcing yourself to memorize long lists. Listening also improves your pronunciation. English spelling can be confusing. Look at this word, Wednesday. Many beginners try to pronounce every letter, but native speakers simply say Wednesday, or take another word, comfortable. Many people pronounce it as comfortable, but native speakers usually say comfortable. You cannot learn these differences just by reading. You need to hear them. The more you listen, the more natural your pronunciation becomes. Now here's something interesting. Listening also teaches grammar without making you feel like you're studying grammar. Suppose you hear these sentences again and again. "I've already finished." "She's just arrived." "We've never been there." At first, you don't know the grammar rule. But after hearing these patterns many times, they begin to sound natural. Later, when you speak, your brain remembers these patterns automatically. This is exactly how children learn grammar, not by memorizing rules, but by hearing correct sentences again and again. Now you may ask, how much should I listen every day? The answer is simple. Start with just 10 minutes. That's enough. The secret isn't listening for 5 hours on Sunday. The secret is listening every single day, 10 minutes today, 10 minutes tomorrow, 10 minutes next week. Small daily habits create big results. Think of it like going to the gym. You don't become stronger after one workout. You become stronger after months of regular practice. Listening works exactly the same way. So what should you listen to? The answer is simple. Choose something you genuinely enjoy. If you like cooking, watch cooking videos in English. If you love football, listen to football podcasts. If you enjoy travel, watch travel vlogs. When you enjoy the content, learning doesn't feel like studying, it feels like entertainment, and that's when improvement happens naturally. Here's one more tip that many successful learners use. Listen to the same audio more than once. The first time, focus on the main idea. The second time, notice new words. The third time, copy the speaker's pronunciation. Each time you listen, you'll understand a little more. This simple habit can dramatically improve your listening skills. Finally, remember this. Listening isn't just about understanding English. It's about becoming comfortable with English. The more English you hear, the less foreign it feels. One day you'll notice something amazing. You'll watch a video without subtitles. You'll understand a conversation. You'll recognize expressions you never studied. And you'll realize that your English has improved, not because you memorize thousands of words, but because you listen consistently. So starting today, make listening a part of your daily routine, even if it's only for 10 minutes. Every podcast, every story, every conversation, and every video is helping your brain become more familiar with English. Trust the process, stay consistent, and remember, every minute you spend listening brings you one step closer to speaking English fluently. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this lesson helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who wants to improve their English. I'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, keep listening, keep learning, and keep speaking English every single day.